Then we have a mental realm, place, or world, whatever you want to call it, that has to do with our thinking and like our mind, our brain, and there's a causal realm too, and that's like our memories, past lives, and all kinds of experiences that we've gone through. And then there's the etheric, and that's like the subconscious, called subconscious, or where we have what's called intuition. And then there's a shell, or a deep dark border, that separates the psych realms from the real universe. It's where we're not going to be able to break through this shell without real guidance and a real education, and actually sounds like escorted through the deep dark border when we've earned our way to be allowed to even be into the real universes. We need these universal guides, and right now we have one or two. Whether Rebazar Tars has a physical body on Earth at this time, and Dwayne Hepner creating this new presentation to wake people up and find out what's really going on, the real education, the real guidance in life. So we have to deal with a lot right now, and it sounds like it's not going to be just a snap of the fingers, quick and easy to for us all to learn what's taking place, because life's so big. We think we know things, and compared to life itself, we hardly know anything, since our mind can't comprehend things like forever and why it is this way. The new presentation has many projects in development and happening. Right at the present, we have a turf. What would you call it?
Turfclub.club is the website that people can go to see the project.
Yeah, that's something that I was pretty interested in, trying to grow a rainforest back, or create one for the benefit of all, provide more oxygen and the benefits of the forests give on Earth. Because so much is being destroyed right now, and it looks like very purposely it's being destroyed. But to try to develop and create a forest, it takes people, and then you have to deal with things about living in that, wherever you're trying to create a forest, and because you don't know if it's new country and things about snakes or spiders or the animals that you're going to have to deal with, and you have to have water that's good to work with, to help the forest get started, and to drink yourself. And there's so much involved to even try to attempt to create a rainforest for the benefit of all. I know that in the 60s, in what was called the hippie movement, a lot of people in this area moved into communes from the cities like San Francisco and lots of different places. And they thought that they were going to get out away from that lifestyle and into a more natural way to live. And in some ways it was very enjoyable for a lot of them, but then they had to deal with all kinds of things they weren't prepared or aware of in a new place, like rain, how it affects everything in their sanitation and all kinds of things about being in groups of people, and especially when there's drugs involved and all that. There's many problems that arise even in communal groups. It just depends on the people that are attempting to be together and do something, because it's it wouldn't be like you wouldn't want to try to create a forest with a bunch of drunks or druggies that are causing all kinds of drama and not really having the intent to try to be doing something for everyone. They just pretty much trying to satisfy their own pleasure principle life. So it's real important who you are doing things with too, because you can either make it work with some people, but with other people, things don't work. It's just how it is, I guess. Would anybody like to mention anything that we're talking about or ask any questions?
Yes, we do have some callers online. They'd like to say a few words.
Yeah, great. Go ahead, anybody. I can't hear anybody.
Okay.
Hey, guys. It's Cornelius, the new fun drummer here.
Oh, hi. Yeah.
So, hey, guys. So I just wanted to tune in for a moment and just mention I was out in the Monongahela National Forest over in West Virginia last week, and it was a beautiful sight to see the forest regrown, because it was in the 1920s, it was completely cleared for logging, and it was just a terrible sight, looking at the old pictures of it when I was in some of the logging towns. They call them stump towns and things like that. And, and this was actually the second time that particular area was cleared. It was done before in, I think, the late 1700s by the British Army. But, yeah, just to see and feel the forest regenerate itself, it just gave me a lot of real awareness of, the nature of creation, that aspect of creation where the part that wants to grow and, give good life and that makes good sense, it always comes back. So I just wanted to share that. It was really cool for me to be amongst the trees that were just, only about 80 years old, but, going strong. And so, yeah, I want to see more of that.
Yeah. Cornelius, what about, are they going to destroy it again now that it's grown up to be what they consider marketable or harvestable, or is there some protection going on?
Fortunately, it was, what was his name? I guess FDR did put that protection on it, but you never know, what can happen with these corporations and people in the government. They could just flip that, but I really do hope it stays that way.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing. Yes, it is very enjoyable to be in a forest, whether it's second or third growth or a virgin forest, and all the animals that live in it and all the kinds of plants that grow in it too, and the berries and the birds. And it seems like everybody in the massive cities should practically make a plan to get out and see nature, or the natural part of the earth, where hopefully the water in the creeks are clean and the fish and the animals are all doing okay, because they've been wiped out so many places on Earth. It's amazing that they even have been able to not be extinct already, in the way that huge parts of this Earth have been very devastated. It's like when I fly over Canada on the west coast of Canada for miles and miles and miles, and so much of it's just been totally leveled, the forest harvested. It's just gone. What was once beautiful, green, and healthy is just a bunch of stumps, and reforestation beginning again. That they did that to our west coast so heavily too. There was only 7 years left when I worked for the Weyerhaeuser Corporation back in the end of in the 60s. They had 7 years left of the natural forest. That's all that was left that they were going to harvest. It was going to take them 7 more years, and that would wipe out just about all the virgin forest that was in the Cascades there in Washington. And that's gone on with our redwoods, and it's very beautiful that any are left, so we can see their what we call majesty and greatness, and how life can thrive so well in places if it's not disturbed by the humans and their, whatever you call it, greed for cutting it down for money. And there's plenty of other materials available on Earth than using the wood that gives us the air. There's lots of rocks. Yeah, anyway.
Or hemp.
Yes,
or hemp.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hemp is all.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hemp particularly grows so fast, and it's so utilitarian. There's so many uses for it. But it's purposely done. We can see that. And I just wanted to get another website in here for the listeners. It's another one that has to do with trees. It's called treetalkers.mystrikingly.com. And this is another one of our websites. I'll read a couple of paragraphs here Dwayne wrote about trees. This is Tree Planters. This is your planet Earth, and you can do something wonderful with us, universal super beings, and that is to plant trees for your planet. We wonderful worldwide educators is doing something wonderful every day. If you cannot plant a tree here, then you, the real you, can plant trees on the real side life is, in those invisible worlds you think of as your dreams. There are so many more levels and realms to life than just this Earth planet. We show you how to have the real connection to what is beyond this place in life while you are still here. You can help with doing your part for this Earth by planting trees with us. And the next paragraph is called Tree Awareness. There is a huge amount of research that has been created about awareness of trees and plants and animals, which is usually just the reactions of plants and animals, and not so much about their real awareness, which most researchers are not aware of, as we, wonderful worldwide educators, is with what we present. All life is awareness. Your real awareness. This is real. Until each person learns to pay attention to more than just their personal creations that do not apply to the all-natural environment supporting all of us, then this planet Earth will become more and more polluted and poisoned because of all the unaware agreement of most people here. You and everyone can make a difference when you decide to wake up to what is really taking place here with everything that has become this planet Earth. So there's a lot there. He talked about he can plant a tree on the real side. Well, it reminds me of these the little gnomes and fairies and plant spirits and elementals. They're scared of what's going on here with the humans and what they're doing with the environment. So they're escaping into the astral world and not appearing and helping us, which they can. They can help the humans in different ways, healing or food production, or creating or maintaining a clean environment, which means clean food and water and air. But through our abuse and distorted way of looking at things, they've like backed off, and we hardly ever see them anymore. A few people do, but they've escaped into the astral realms, not to be seen in the physical where they were in the past. So that's one thing. And then let's see, we have a little time. I just wanted to cover a little bit more about kind of the psychology of what's going on with the fires, and people have their lives. They're making a living. Most people, they have a family. They don't have time for anything much but paying attention to that. So they read the news. Here's one article I found. California's wildfires have spawned a truly weird new conspiracy theory. So they're busy with their lives. They don't really have time to, when they come home, they're tired. I mean, this is the typical American family. They don't have time for much, just to spend some time with their family, maybe go on vacation or go someplace on the weekend. They're not really interested in much beyond that. And what they do get beyond that, unless they investigate, it will be articles like this. California's wildfires have spawned a truly weird new conspiracy theory. So what are they going to think when they read that? Oh, weird conspiracy. Those two words stick out, weird conspiracy. And then the usual protocol for these agencies and these people that are actually doing harm to the planet, well, they'll have a scientist come in, professional, claiming, well, in this case, they claim that directed energy weapons have an interesting place in conspiratorial circles. Directed energy weapons are, to begin with, a real technology, but one still in its infancy. A report produced for Congress describes that the term is an umbrella to refer to technologies that produce concentrated electromagnetic energy in atomic or subatomic particles. The consensus is that there are a number of logistical issues to work out before that the U.S. government will be able to build a laser system that would actually be workable on a battlefield, but that the Department of Defense and private contractors are eager to leverage laser power towards killing people or destroying enemy missiles, aircrafts, and satellites. So that it hasn't come out yet. The technology hasn't come out yet, according to the experts in Congress. That's what they're going to read here. They're going to read weird conspiracy. They're going to read the experts, the scientists that have stated that, well, this is a possibility, but it hasn't come out yet. And theory, it's a theory.